Loading the stream. Oh my god, I'm getting 6000 KB per second. But am I live though? It says excellent though, but I am not sure though. But
Okay.
am I live though? It says excellent. Okay, it sure is working. Where is my phone? Can I see my? I lost my phone. Just a second. I'll be back. Oh, never mind. It's over here. And go to my YouTube. YouTube, where are you? Okay. And Speckles Unity. Oh, I'm live. Dot. Okay, then. My audio is terrible because I broke my mic and now I'm using my default laptop audio. Oh my god, and I'm also having a cold, so help me. Okay, anyways, so today I've been gone for a while because a lot of things got me IRL and I'm finally back and back with something new, something epic, something great, which only I know for now because I don't have a game name yet and I have nothing right now. But I will say it's a semi-open world game. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say what it is, what it's going to be. Nope, nothing. Anyway, so yeah, so I've been doing quite. Oh, why is there no material? Just a second, guys. Just a second. Why is there no material? And yeah, fun will just give that. It's just got into my eyes. Okay, anyway, so right now this is a small city, or it's not a city. It's not as big as a city, but still, it's something. And if you are curious how much sizes, so this is one capsule, this is the player. So compared to that, this is the city, and it's going pretty good. So I also, so you may ask like, where did I get these assets? So these are from Cindy Studios, and I just want to tag them right here because I am really terrible at making models myself. So I just bought it so I can prototype as fast as I can. Okay, anyways, so right now I'm gonna do only one thing. That is, I'm going to create a car NPC system because I want to, before I place my buildings and do anything related to the game, I just want to see how car AI works. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, but before that, if you guys are curious, what the what I'm going to like, what the game is all about, then wait, can I pull the screenshot? Somehow can I pull this over here? No, I can't. So what I'm going to do is open link Google. Okay, so this is the base layout of the game, and over here. So EC is nothing but enemy camps. There are going to be any enemy camps around the place, and there's also a funny boss area which I have no idea how it's going to look at right now. And other than that, there's a weapon shop, then fast food restaurant. These things are like environment based, and I have not yet finished over here because I kind of want to see whether some things are possible. So they are going in a testing phase. So other than that, these are so this is where our shop is going. What is our shop? What is going to be? Only I know. But anyways, it will get there. It will all make sense once it's so. This is the base thing. Okay, no, that's enough. That's enough of that. There's actually nothing much. So because right now we're only focusing on car AI. Okay, okay. Now before I start, I've been actually wondering how to do a car AI. Now I do have some logics in my mind, but is it the right logic? I don't know. Is it the best way to do it? I don't know. Why is there a gap? I don't know. Okay, actually, why is there a gap? It's actually 45. I actually don't know why there was a gap. That okay, there is a gap. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. Okay, this is actually horrible. I shouldn't do that, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Once the buildings is gone though, and when I'm going to like place the buildings, then I'll fix those things. So right now, what I'm going to do is we are going to create car AI. This is like the 100th time I'm saying the same thing again. Okay, let's go to paint. Or should I say notepad? Guys, I'd rather do notepad. And over here, can I put it over here? Yeah. So first things first, we need a list of cars or prefabs. So PREFAB, yes, perfect. So first thing what I'm going to do is we need a list of prefabs which we are going to access. Then every time a game starts, we are going to instantiate them once. Now, before instantiating them, we need to create a queue. To create a queue, cause why? Why are we creating a queue? Because every time we instantiate, once it gone away from our player, then we are going to destroy it. It's going to get a little lot of garbage value. So it's going to, I mean, like the performance is going to be bad. So we are not going to destroy it. So what we are going to do is we rather create a queue, put all these instantiate things in the queue, and disable them. Or yeah, let's say disable them. So let's just say the first two cars are coming, then it goes out of the player's view or out of its range. Then we are going to disable it. Then we are going to spawn the next two. So this is what I'm planning to do. So we're going to create, and we are going to instantiate them once. So every single, let's just say if we have 20 prefabs, one by one they will be instantiating, and we will have all the 20 in the queue. And after that, once it's instantiated, we need to set a spawn area for them. So spawn area is nothing but we need to, if our player is here, let's just say we need a radius, and inside the radius, we need to pick a place where the card needs to spawn. Next, give a destination. Go. Give a destination. So let's just say our car is over here. So now with the spawn position is set, now we are going to give a destination position. So it can be anywhere in the road. Or I also have land to keep a parking lot, so we can keep it over there as well. So what do we do? We are going to give the destination fifth one. We make it more simple. So this is literally the simplest thing, I guess. But again, we need to do a lot of things because once we need to check these things because if two cars spawn in the same place, then it's going to bug and it's going to like throw the collision is going to do something stupid. So we have to check all those things. But this is the base idea. Then again, we need to keep like the traffic signals and stuff so they don't collide with each other. And for that, we also need to check whether someone is standing before the car or so that it won't collide. Like we need to shoot some minimum of three rays, if you ask me. Okay, I need actually we need five rays. So three won't be enough. We need five rays, but we need to see how it doesn't mess up the what is it? Doesn't mess up the performance. So there's a lot of things to do. But this is the base. Actually, I'm sorry, this is kind of a greedy game project because this is one of the biggest thing I'm doing right now. I never done anything this big till now. I do know how to make games, but I never done something really big or in a good way. A good way in the sense writing the code in a good way. So that the performance and everything is going to be perfect. Though let's see, since the model is already way too low poly and it's really good. So if anything lag happens, it's all cause of me. So let's see. So we got the base game plan going, and we also have some prefabs which we can use over here. So right now we have a ton. Oh my god, what are these? What are these? Oh, it's a light. Does it have any emission? It does have emission map. Okay, so we keep those things. Oh, wow, there's a cleaner and stuff. Wow, we have a lot of things to work with. Oh my god. Oh my god, none of them have wheels if I'm not wrong. So I'm not going to say what this game is about or what it looks like or what's going to look like. Apparently, of course, if you guys are seeing this, you would know what it's going to look like. But I'm not going to say anything right now because I'll say it as this thing goes because I'm not sure how long. I mean, when and all I will stream this. Probably mostly no, but I'll try to stream because Right now I have nothing to do and I'm too bored, so I just want to talk. And so I decided why not just stream this and talk. Okay, so everything is looking good. What I need to do is, so this is actually my logic I'm having. Let's close this. I don't need that. Just a second. Save. When I close this, please. Oh, it's actually closing. It's taking some time. Okay. So this is the base login. Of course, I have detailed ones, but I mean inside this I have a detailed one which I'm not showing. But this is the base. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to see if anyone has done the same. So we would know that whether we are going in the wrong or right direction. So Unity AI tutorial. Okay, so what is this? Is this what we need?
The card which you can use inside the editor.
I mean, it's kind of what we are going to
Is one
use.
around 0. Please
So
make sure
he's
to like this
making
video
waypoints.
and
Good. Okay, I
subscribe if
forgot
you
to
don't
say
want
the
to miss new
waypoints.
videos.
How they are going to
Also,
work,
if you
which
got
is
any
my bad,
questions on my Facebook page,
okay.
imaginary, you can ask your questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll
this
see
is
you.
okay. They're using this looks promising.
Game. Okay.
I do know the logic.
Bye.
Okay, this is like following his mouse or something or his player. Oh my god. Oh, bus simulator. Yeah, okay, we need this.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum.
And
In
all
this
of a sudden,
video,
voice is
we
too
are
low.
going to create AI car. Point as well. You can use this system to create AI cars and also the waypoint containers. And
Yeah,
creating a
created.
traffic system is not very easy. So, which is tuned vehicle package, and this is
No, I don't want any packages. I want to create it manually. Now, I'm just looking to see if anyone has made it. And I also know that there's something you can do with the gizmos. So instead of keeping some raw cube as waypoints and disabling it, we can use them. So I'm just looking if someone. Oh my god. Waypoints and disabling it. We can use them. So I'm just looking if someone. Oh my god. Waypoint. Also, my mic is so bad. Okay, then. So where am I going to see? So which is good because he keeps just waypoint. See, the green is the waypoint. But I kind of want to see something big, something like a city. Someone has done a city. Okay, Unity car, traffic cars. Eh, traffic system. Okay, he has some traffic system. So he has.
Hello
Okay.
everyone. You can ignore this warning.
Oh my god, no packages. The simple traffic system.
Hello, this is an integration guide for Simple Traffic System
No,
version
it didn't do it.
1.0.2.
And oh,
Welcome to this tutorial about implementing a simple traffic system to a city builder type of game. In the previous tutorial series, I have explained how we can create a simple tutorials. See
oh, he has a simple. Okay.
in this video.
Okay, he's keeping a general path, then he's getting a list of vector tree. Okay. Okay, then he's using these things. Shortened and oh my god, okay. Smart road, yeah, okay. Pedestrians. Oh, he's also giving pedestrians, okay.
We are going to steer to
I understand this.
3 houses and an intersection. Traffic system. Hello and welcome in this video in which be good. Okay, great. Game. One last thing that we'll need to perform is to go to our hierarchy, open the terrain and select it, choose the nature game object, and we will need to add a new layer. So click on the layer in the inspector And let's select it again in the hierarchy. So the nature game object, let's select the change all children for the ground. Let's press play. And now if you place your road in the models folder and create a house and a special structure, pedestrian AI agents, and you can see that there is a similar structure that we are going to implement already, where they for a road, those diamonds represent the points of interest that are important for pedestrians. Now I have all basically out of the grid, and it has the capabilities of running the A-style algorithm to get the basic they're doing. Is the from one pick I'm going to do in the next video.
God,
See you there.
A lot.
In the previous video, lighter a bit, and we can again change the radius to maybe make it a bit smaller, something like car prefab. To do this, in the hierarchy, let's right. First of all, let's reset its inspector. Here is our car game object. Now we are going to choose one of the let's object to be a car instead of game object. So let's disable the gizmos.
Thinking about a new career, but unsure where to start? Skip the guesswork with Career Accelerators by Udemy.
We can add to this car component, since we want will have a movement of some sort that so our car drag to one, and that I have gravity rotate is in the will fall down because it has no collider that will collide with. So let's add a for us. Great. Here is our sphere collider, and let's edit this collider. You can see that it is pretty big, so we can have with the ground, and since we have locked the rotation, it will just prevent the car from falling down.
Okay.
What we can do is drag its center using the sphere collider. Using the y-axis, we can drag the center of the collider a bit, and we can again change the radius to 0.03 will be good. So 0.03, since this is a collider, if we press play, we should see that our car is now sticking to our ground. And that is good enough for our simple simulation. Let's stop the game.
I mean,
now if you want
understand why he's doing this, but why does he need a spear collider? For like 5 years ago, there was no box collider.
to disable the music, you should do it in the audio player. The one audio source they which is called enter the improvement in the speed with which the editor is reduced affect the car or rather trigger. So let's close this rigid body setup and spear collider. And if we double tap on the car box collider, this will be useful when we want to detect if our car has entered the intersection. So let's edit.
Okay, so he's using two different ones for the spear for that, the box for this. Okay.
This collider, and we can again choose the collider handles after clicking the edit collider, and let's slide it a bit using Alt key so that it fits our car. We can use this handle to change the axis from which we are viewing the car, and we can modify the collider.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, I actually have a question. That's my paint. Please paint, come here. So let's say this is a road. Okay. So we have a car, and let's say we have another car, and they are moving this way. Now let's just say, should I keep a box collider like this and detect if this car is inside this, or should I shoot race, which is actually good since I can cover this, so when I'm turning, I have a wider view of knowing that any car or something is there instead of these things. Or should I do something like this? Which is better? I have no idea. All I know is that using box collider is kind of a bad thing because it uses physics, and running physics when not needed is kind of not needed. So going raycast is good, but again, shooting 5 raycasts is gonna cost again a lot if I'm gonna have more cars. So I have no idea. Let's see how he does.
Just to fit the outline of our car.
Because this guy is using collider in order to see whether he went into an intersection. So he's not detecting any cars before him. He's saying whether, let's say if this is an intersection, he's trying to find that whether that car is over here. so it can decide whether to go which route. So we'll see.
Okay, we can choose click F to focus on our car, and this should be good enough. Make sure that the collider is sticking a bit away from the bonnet, because we will be using this collider. Make sure that it is set to be trigger when we are entering the intersections. Okay, and that's basically it for our setup. Let's Ctrl S to save this car prefab, and let's go back here to is add a couple of scripts to our car so that we can control out this folder. Let's double tap on it, and we are going to create here a new script. So right click, create. Okay. Now for this tutorial, that will allow a big array and do is create a start method, and in the start method we are going to call instance called select a car, and this will be a method. So we are going to spawn it and we are going to parent for it. And let's generate this method using the short key.
Oh my god. Oh, you can do this. I never knew this. Okay. Wow, this is actually good. If it was me, what I'll do is I'll create a function, and I will call that function in start, and inside the function I will use this instantiate. So that's
and here we
how
have
I
our
will
method
do,
generated. We won't want
is there
to
any
return not
difference in
void
using
but
this and that? I
game
have no
object.
idea.
And here in this method, we are simply going to randomly select one of the cars from our game object array. So let's create a var random index.
Okay.
And this letter will have error with this random.
So
Alt
length is
enter on
getting a
it.
random from
Should
0
be
to
using
the
random
length of
automatically
that.
create. And what we want to
Okay.
return one index.
And it's
Okay,
returning
Unity.
that car.
Select our car and add component here, and let's type car and save the prefix
Whoa,
spawner.
whoa,
And
oh my god, why is he keeping it over here?
Now, and let's save it. So we have saved the doesn't have any prefab. So we will need to add to the car prefabs array. So let's again select the prefab inside the prefabs folder. What we can do is choose this icon of the lock in the top right corner of inspector. Let's lock it, and let's choose the prefabs that are visible since this plug them into our. If we press play, we should see a random car appearing. Please leave a like.
Actually, this is the first time. Actually, okay, let's actually do that as well, since it's a good thing. So let's go to scripts. I don't even have a script folder if I'm right. Yes, I don't have a script folder. So we're going to create a folder, scripts, and actually I'm going to create it. Now, why I'm not going to create the main, like, why now? What is the, why don't you create the main game scripts or whatever it is? It's because I already done it. I worked on this project like 2 months ago and I finished a core game logic, though I hate it, so I'm going to rewrite them. But overall, I know what I'm going to do. And it's everything is in my memory. And if I don't have it, I have it in my GitHub. So that is, so I'm not going to focus mainly right now on the main gameplay part because it's a pain, but it's easy. And I don't want to do the same thing right now. I'll do it later. So before that, I want to create a city. I want to finish the base EA scripts since they are quite easy compared to that because oh boy, I have to say doing the main game scripts, it will take a lot of time, even though if I wrote it. Because the last time I wrote it in 2 weeks, when I look back, I had like around 20,000 lines of code, which I was like, wow. So it's a lot. And I didn't even, I only finished with the demo version of the game. So, and now I have a lot of ideas planned. So it's going to take quite a while to finish it again. So let's start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another folder called AI. And then inside that, I'm going to keep one for cars because I'm going to have one for the robots. I'm going to have a robot. I'm not going to say what robot it is. And I'm also going to have NPCs. I'm going to have enemies. So they all come under here. So for now, let's go car. We are going to create another folder called car manager. Yes, I'm going to call it as car manager. Is it a good keyword? I don't know. I don't know. And we're going to create an empty. We are going to put it in a 000. Why is the 000 over here? I messed up something. Reset over here. I thought it'll be somewhere on the corner. Oh, never mind. It's in the center. Correct. Actually, it's actually correct. Like that. So we are going to call this as managers. So now there are two ways to do this actually. I see two ways of people doing it. One is they create another empty and they say car manager or they say game manager, which is it's right. And I mean, okay, as a child. So inside a child, they will have like a lot of child. But is it good? I have no idea. But what I like to do is I'll just do this over here. Perfect. So right now we are going to open the script and it's opening in my second screen. So we are going to do simple things. We are not going to think of too much. Okay. I'm just going to do this over here. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, I already failed to hide it. It's a cyberpunk game. Oh my god. If anyone found it till now based on my asset, good. But what type of cyberpunk? Only I. Okay, let's do it. Now we need a list. So public game object, and we're going to say car prefabs. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is we need a start. Void. We're going to start, and inside it, what I'm going to do is spawn. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Spawn car. A spawn cars. Okay. Now here I'm going to say void spawns cars. Nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the random index, which is in random car index is equal to it's random dot range, I guess. I hope they didn't. This is actually so we are going to get 0 2 car prefab dot not it's length, I guess. We don't need these system leveling. Nope. Okay, perfect. And now what I'm going to do is instantiate a card prefab of random card index, comma, transform. Now, this transform is going to take this, right? Car managers transform, which is actually okay to me. I don't mind it taking that one. Now, should I keep it this or, okay, you know what? I'll keep this. It's actually 0 0 0. Doesn't matter. So right now we will have car prefabs. We are going to go to here, here, vehicles, and we are going to go here, lock this so it doesn't go here. We're gonna choose this. We're not gonna have bikes, but I'm going to have these. Okay, we are not also going to have those. And we're going to put them over here. Right now, doesn't matter where I put the scripts for now, let this be over here. So if I let's put this over, and if we play this, it should randomly spawn one car. You can't see us, it's over here. Perfect. Okay, so if I do it as that, it goes under here, which is not what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is, uh, it's just what happens if I just instantiate? Will it still go to 0 0 0? I have no idea. If it goes to 0 0 0, let's have it like that. I don't want to put it under a parent. Wait, why are there 1,000 batches? Oh my god. Okay, it still goes to 0 0 0, which is actually good. Okay. Okay, I'm actually happy with that. And also, what's inside this? Can I? Okay. Oh, so everything is a part and part, so I can do wobble effects and stuff. Okay. Okay, those things are there. I'm not going to do. So right now we just spawned and instantiated things. Good. So okay, why are you guys? Why are the batches that high? Dude, I only have roads and stuff, and it's already 1000 batches. Holy, why is my FPS dropping this much? Okay, this can't be true. This actually can't be true. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Just a second. Am I tripping? Performance. It's taking 20. Is it because I'm streaming? Because there's no way this is going to take that much of my GPU. Okay, this is a problem, buddies. But I don't understand. Yesterday so I got 200 FPS, and right now I'm getting 50. Okay, seems like we are okay. I can check another way. I forgot how to do it. How to check which script is taking a lot of usage in Unity? I totally forgot how to do this. Okay, use the built-in profiler window with deep profiling, the tool detail, blah blah blah. Where is it? I know. Tell me what Windows analysis and Windows. There's a lot of profilers. Okay, let's use this. Do I didn't? Okay, I think it's because I'm running Unity, but there's no way I should get 50 FPS from just the roads and things. Oh my god. Now I'm getting 100 FPS. What? What? Are you kidding? Though, oh my god. Batches count. Okay, I can understand why the batches count increasing, but there's a lot of spike over here. So other UI. What is this other? Can I see render loop? Oh my god. Oh no. I don't even understand what these are. I think I understand what these things are. Okay, I kind of want to test something. Okay, I am doing everything other than what I need to do. Where's my Baba boy? I think you're the problem, Baba boy. Oh, please, not manager. Ah, shit. I see, I see. I'm an idiot. Okay, yes, for the children's as well. Thank you. And now the batches are still the same. Let's do this. And what I'm going to do is come here. The camera. Because if still I get a lot, then I need to rewrite the entire thing. So I am getting the same. Okay, that's actually nothing. Getting much difference actually. I have to share right now things are looking good there compared to bad. Because if I do this, it does nothing. But if I do this, animations are playing, scripts are running. Can I see the bit of back? Oh god, I can't see it. Okay. I can't even zoom in. What? This is a lot to debug. Okay, actually I can see that something's happening, which I don't know what, but I can see to that. I will look into this net. I'm also using Unity's default. I mean, Unity is given a player controller. I might have to write my own, but I doubt it will be way better than what I already have. So I'm not going to worry much about it. Okay, I don't need you anymore, and I do need you. Okay, everything is looking good. Now, what I'm going to do is we spawned it. Let's see what he does next. Because I don't want to rush and just flop everything.
Now I use Whisperflow. I just think out loud and it creates perfect formatted text on any Apple website.
So good for you.
In the previous, the run screen forward is the point of interest, so make it run forward and turn around. Another, please stop.
Okay.
that we have added to our
Car
should
controller.
declare component.
The script is
And this
looking into
allows
a
us to
car.
type a type of a component. So in the brackets, let's type type of car controller to a game
Okay, so this is going to be in the car. Okay, I can understand it. So he need a rigid
object.
body.
It will automatically
Do I wonder why do people give it? So now, okay, I have another doubt. You're going to add a component rigid body, and you're just using a prefab. So meaning the prefab you have given it, it's going to work. Then why are you giving a required component? It's like it's a safe, but why? Is there a case which happened where even though you gave the prefab and it still didn't count? Is that what this thing is going to try to come and tell us? Or what I have no idea.
add a rigid body component to it if there is no
Because if I say I'm going to spawn it, then I'm going to create a component, then you give this, I agree. But you're not going to spawn the rigid body after instantiating. So it's actually pointless if you ask me. But you know what? Okay. Safe measure is always good.
rigid body attached, because now we are going to delete update and start method, and instead we are going to create a rigid body reference called, and in the awake we are
Okay,
going to
getting
simply
it.
call rb
Oh, okay. I see
equals
what it
get
is.
component of type rigid
I see what it is.
body.
Okay.
And this is how we are going to access the rigid body to use it to move our car. We will need to have more parameters
But
so we
still,
can make sure that the car
don't
isn't going too
get it
fast or
why
too
requiring
slow
that component
and can
is going to
turn
be
around. So we will
important.
need to have a private float power,
Okay.
and we are going to set it to be 5.
Okay.
We are going to have private float torque, and we are going to set it to be 0.5. So the power will be speed of our car, and
Okay.
torque will be how agile is our car. Next, we are
Pulling
going to
force,
also
if I'm
have
not
private
wrong. Torque is pulling force, I guess.
float max
I
speed.
studied
Let's
some
set it to be
physics
5,
in
and we
my
are going
school
to
days.
use add force on the rigid body to make our car go faster. Because of this, we will want to cap our speed to the max speed. Now,
Okay.
let's expose those parameters or those fields in the inspector by adding a serialized field attribute above those and in square brackets. So let's copy this serialized field by Ctrl+C and paste it above the torque and max speed. We will
Okay.
be able to set those parameters through the inspector too. And let's call it a movement vector.
Why is he giving a vector 2? Because he doesn't want to move it in a y-axis. So I guess so. Okay.
So this will be the value that we will set through our AI controller or our AI script to make our car move in the concrete direction.
Okay.
So what we will have here is another method that will be public. So let's type public void, and in this method we are going to simply set our this.movement vector equals our movement input. So
Yeah.
we are going to set the we are going to use the move method from our AI script, and this will set the movement vector. So now to use it, we are going to simply create fixed update,
Okay.
and we are going to call on our rigid body aim method so that it will perform some movement if we want to move in
Okay.
which
I
our
did that the last
car
video.
is
Okay.
traveling.
I think this is depreciated, I guess. I need to see what
If
I
this
have
is
for,
less or
license I
equal
use
to
this.
max speed, actually I think we will want to set it to be less than max speed. Only then we are going to call rigid body dot add force, and add force method will allow us to move
Move the
our
force.
car in the specific direction. Since this is the simple setup for the movement, we are going to simply pass here our movement vector, and we want to pass y value. Now we are
This is actually kind of not getting sense. So when he is going to call this, which he will tell. Okay, so he's going to add force, which is he's going to give this movement vector
going to multiply it since
dot y dot y.
the add force wants a vector 3,
Okay.
not a float value. We want to multiply it by transform dot forward.
Okay.
So we will want to
Why is he giving y?
only
I'm
move
confused.
in the forward direction of our
He said
car
there was a
to
yapping.
be less than max speed. And add force method will allow us to move our car in the specific direction.
Okay.
Since this is the simple setup for the movement, we are going to simply pass here our movement vector, and we want to pass y value. Now we are going to multiply it since
Okay,
the
he's not saying.
transform direction of our
Okay,
car
forward, I get
to
that.
be able to use the value that we provide through the inspector to make our car move faster or slower. And that's it for the setup to make our car move forward. Now to make sure that we can turn, what we will do is we are going to call rigid body, so rb.add torque, and this will add a torque to our rigid body so it will perform turns. And we are going to only add this value if our movement vector dot x value, so left and right input, is greater than 0.
So y here is forward and back. X here is left and right. I think so. Because then this makes sense. Then I understand what y is. Because every time I see the word y, my brain just uses this one. Going up and down. I don't know why. Okay, why? So if that's the case, then this is what it's meaning. It's going forward and backward, and x means left and right. If that's the case, then this is okay.
So
I can
basically,
understand it.
if we pass movement vector as vector to zeros, we are not going to perform any movement. So
Okay,
this
yeah.
will allow us to stop the car without modifying this code. And if we pass the movement vector.x value as greater than 0, then we are going to start turning. And what we want to do is multiply it by vector 3.up value, since we
Okay.
only want to perform the turn on the y-axis.
Okay. Wait. Up. Why is he not using right or right for right? I don't understand.
As you might recall, we have locked
Okay, I think 5 years ago Unity had this thing. So maybe that is the reason he's using this, probably because Unity had this messed up thing and now they fixed it.
the
I hope
rigid
so.
body possibility to rotate our car on x and z values, so we only want to perform the rotation on y-axis, and we want to multiply it by
Rotation on y-axis. The start means
the
what?
torque. So we want to set how fast our car is turning, and since car only rotate if they are moving, so the car cannot really turn around in place, we are going to multiply this by movement vector dot y value as well. So if we are not moving, we cannot really turn.
Okay.
So this will prevent this turning in place. Okay, so this is it for our setup. Let's save it. And before we go back to Unity, let's slide up and let's expose this movement vector by adding serialized field. Great. The script or the component is not defined by default, but we are using those values to set them and select the car in the prefabs folder. And let's add to this component a car controller. Let's add to this game object a car controller component. Great. So now let's press play. Let's select our car from the hierarchy. And if we set y value to 1, we can see that nothing happens. Let's increase the power to something like 10. And you should see that our car is starting to drive. And if we drag it backwards, it will keep on driving because we set y value to 1. So let's modify those settings so that we can have some kind of reasonable setup. So let's stop the game. And what I would like to set in the car, for the default values, the power, let's set it to 10. The torque, let's set it to 0.01. And let's set the max speed to 3. Okay, great. So this is it for our car controller. So again, to keep those videos,
Something is happening which I have no idea. But let's see. So what he is doing is he's creating a script called card movement. I am an idiot. Why did I put the first letter small? This is actually breaking my brain, but okay. So what we need to do is car movement. I should have done vehicle movement, but it's fine. Car movement is a whatever. I'll do it separate for bike if needed. Or I use the same and give them name as car. But I probably change the name. So what we need to do is okay. Let's do this way. Let's do this thing because using safety measures or something. So require component is going to be require component PONENT of type, right? How do you do require component of type? Oh my god, where is my okay, this is my stream, this is my OBS. Not interested. So required component type of okay. So required component, we are going to do this. We are going to say type of like this. Oh, inside a bracket out. Okay. So now it checks whether that component has a rigid body. Sure. Now what we are going to do is we need three things. Serialize field, right, wait, and it's going to be a float of. We need power in case it's called speed in this case, which I'm going to do this. And we just do power, okay. Serialize field float. We are going to give a torch. Torch spelling, I totally forgot what the spelling for the torch is. Oh my god. Torch, why is it with caps? And we are going to give a serialized field private float max speed. Am I doing the first little caps? Oh my god. So we are going to have three things. Then we need an input. Oh, I see what he does right here. So private vector 2, he's controlling this in order to give the movement input. Okay, now I can understand this one. So first what we need to do is, since we have rigid body, we need to get the rigid body. Should I get it over here? Probably. RIGID, rigid body RD. Let's do that. That's why not. Now, void away, we are going to get component the rigid body. Then we are going to create a void move and move. I'm going to save it. And we are going to give the input as sorry, vector 2 move input, right? Movement input. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I actually totally forgot how what he did in here. Basically, we are going to give this. We are not going to do this. This is wrong. Okay. I think it's a vector. Do I have an idea?
Cloudflare
I
offers
forgot how to do this thing, so I'm going to be bad. We're giving a move vector to movement input. Okay. I do. Okay. Why did I even do that? Why did I say assistant? I was thinking like, okay, we are going to control this vector input, and I wrote input. I took vector to. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to say fixed update. We are not going to do it in fixed update because I never used it much, and also it's good for every single thing. People will have the same thing, even though this game is not going to be multiplayer, which is going to be sucky. But okay, in fixed update, we need to see if our move speed is greater than or equal to how much? I don't know.
The move that it will give out traveling will want
I am an idiot. Heartbeat dot. Okay, this is what it's got. Velocity is wind removed. I do. So What is an angular velocity? Rigid body measured in radian per second. So linear velocity is it is magnitude of course.
Want to set it to be less, add force.
Oh my god, I'm actually tripping a card. If this is this, then he's saying RV dot linear
And action.
okay, to an add force. Oh my god. Oh my god, we are going to give a movement input, which is going to be then multiplied by our power, which is then also going to be multiplied by our what? Oh my nose, just a second. I think max speed. So what he's doing?
Since this is, and we want to 3 not
Okay, he's using vector. So use that. Naming convention. I'm bad at naming, so I want to follow his. Okay. Cannot convert float to unity vector 3. What is a float? Oh, this is float actually.
a float value, we want to multiply it by transform.
So we are giving this to the transform, and we are also giving it a
Direction of our car.
oh my god, I actually can't think. So multiplying the vector with direction with power. That's what it does. Oh, I can't actually think much. This cold is really getting me. Okay. Okay, what I came to do is this is what I really want. So now it just gives force and it will work. So go to my game. This will work. So I'm just going to do that. And for testing purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove everything and just keep one. We're going to do this. We're going to take this guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do this. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to unpack this. Say let's say hardware truck. We are then going to go back to our prefab. And oh my god, I have stupid prefabs. I need to delete them all. We are going to put this over here. Delete this. And over in the manager, we are going to remove this. I'm going to put oh god, I'm going to put this guy over here. Okay. And then do two things. Add a rigid body. And I am going to remove the kinematic, I mean gravity for now. And I'm going to add a car movement script. Which will then let me to oh my god, can I close this please? Thank you. So this is that. Okay, what I need to do is I need to go to my script. Okay, serialize this. This is going to be power 10 times 0.01 equals to what's going to happen? I don't know. Is my moving? Box collider does not support negative scale. What the hell? Am I even using box collider? Why are you not running? Huh? Ah, I see what's happening. I actually see what's happening. I forgot something
And
important.
then
I forgot something important. I mean, give this or not, it's still going to take that thing, but
we want to multiply the value that we provide a setup to make our car move forward. Now to make sure that we can turns dot
am I doing something wrong? I think I'm doing something wrong. Am I though? The heck? How is the move works without giving any reference? I don't understand that. I actually don't understand. Also, why are you spawning over here? This is not 0, 0 for you. What? Oh, it's last positions over here. That's why. Okay. Do I need to give some colliders? Is that what it wants? Can I see your colliders? You have a messy collider. Make sure at least moving. Okay, it's moving. I think I need to do some changes for this. We are going to remove this. To give it a no. Oh, is this why he gave it? I think I understand why he gave it what is it called? Oh shit. Okay. I think I understand why he gave a spear collider. If this doesn't work, I totally understand. I am an idiot. It doesn't move. What? Ah, it won't move. Because it's a kinematic. It still doesn't because this is too high. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't even matter whether it's too high or not. What's actually happening? Okay, test 2. We are going to remove this. Actually, we're going to do this. We are going to do gravity. It's kinematic as the word. We are going to freeze its rotation. You should turn in y direction. I think that's enough. Okay, I actually, where's it? Where's it? You please stay there. Let's apply this. Now I will see. I don't understand this. Oh my god. I can't believe I forgot how just moving one thing works. Okay. Thing is, if I bring it up, it's working. There is force acting on it. So I think it's problem in the this one. Is this why he used the spear collider? Zero five. Let's see what it does actually. I am an idiot. I think this might work. No, it doesn't. Why? What the hell? Now it moves. Yo, he's going. And he goes down. So why didn't it work the first time though? Is it because of that? Probably. I don't need a box pointer for now. So now I understand why he kept a spear glider. But I still don't understand why he kept. We shouldn't do this actually. I need to bring you up. Now, this is not going to be a realistic physics, so every single car doesn't say wheels doesn't need that thing. I just want to give this one thing to move. I want to keep it as lightweight as possible because the game doesn't revolve around you taking this car. It would be fun to take any car you want, but that's not a game scope. I think the one is actually correct. Let's do that. Let's play it and see. It's getting stuck for some reason. It's getting stuck. Should I do 0.9? Come on, game. I can use transform. I can just move the transform if I know. It's not going to work good. It's going to take a lot of things. Velocity will give at least a little bit of realism. Okay, so what's actually happening? I don't understand. It's working, but it's not working. Let's give it a 21. Let's see. Let's give it 20. Then if I move it, okay, are you getting stuck over here by any chance? No, it's just a mesh, my boy. Why are you getting stuck on a mesh? Dude, you're kidding, right? What? What? Am I tripping? Am I doing something wrong? Am I like I think I might be wrong. What I'm going to do is delete you. I'm going to go to my scene folder. CD plane. Then this is going to be our card-based stuff. Floor. Color of the floor. Do something nice. Everything looks mad. Okay, oh, no, whatever. This is okay. This is okay, I guess. This is not okay, by the way. Okay, anyways, we are going to do a manager. Do that. Say this is going to be a card manager because this is a test place. Once things work here, I'll bring it there. We're going to say card manager script. We are going to have a prefab. With this guy over here, he is going to be 0, 0, 0. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My goal is to make him rotate over here. That's all I want. Value. Specifier card is not valid. I never seen a thing like that before. What the hell is this? Why didn't it work? What? Hey, was that not 0, 0, 0? Is this not 0, 0? This is not 0, 0. My bad, my bad. Did I move it manually? I thought I kept it right. Anyways. Okay. That is actually something problem happening, but I don't mind about it for now. The thing is, it's not moving. But why is it happening? Cardio stream bitrate is low. Why? It looks good to me. Okay, this sits perfectly. It's not moving. Is there any reason why it's not moving? Is there something over here which messes this? No. Something messes over here. And no, if I do this, it will fall too. Freeze rotation X. Okay, I don't need rotation over there. So maybe I should kill this probably. It's using gravity, it's using. Okay. I think it's something problem with this, I guess. But if I give a lot more power. Actually, I have no clue what's happening. Why this is not moving? Is something actually happening? Did I work with layers? Did he do any layer? I think this code is working. The code is actually working. It just needs a bump. Why? That's the only question I have. Oh god. 10, 2, 1. Okay, what is this one? Let's see what happens. So it will bounce. Okay. It just bounced. It didn't even move for some reason. Okay, I'm getting some stupid errors. Let me close this. Reopen my Unity. Zoom. This is open. Oh my god, it's actually 4:30 and I did no progress. I thought I'll finish this today itself. Okay, just a second. Okay, so is it working? It moved a little, it stopped. Why? I have no idea. It shouldn't stop. Is it because, okay, I might have another solution. I mean, idea of why that happens. This might be the problem, actually. Or if it's not, I actually want to copy paste this in ChatGPT and see what happened in Unity 6.3. I don't care a game, sure itself. That's fine. Okay, it was actually linear velocity. I was actually correct. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, I'm going to open my ChatGPT. ChatGPT on my second screen. You guys can see it. Control C and Control V. I won't even talk to it. That's what. There are too many logical issues in your script that's causing your car from moving as expected. Okay, this means only apply force when car is already at or above max speed. I am an idiot. I am a total idiot. Now I understand what it means. So when I drag it up, the speed gets increased, and that's why it. Oh. Okay, now that makes sense. That actually makes a ton of sense. I should have seen my code. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay, I actually shouldn't spend that much time on it. But okay, that's okay. It also says another logical error. In unit rigid body, the correct property is the orbital velocity. Linear velocity exists in dots, physics package, not standard rigid body. In Unity 6, it I think it's depreciated. You're 100% right. Okay. So you should use linear or angular. This is not working. This is intended replacement. So even in unit 6, the line is logically wrong. At start, speed is equal to 0. Condition fails. Car never. Okay, I changed that, buddy. I changed. it. So we're going to. Can you guys see here? Now, if I don't play it and just miss here a bit, max speed is going to be 3. So when I use the X, it works. I don't understand why he used Y though. We can see it's moving. Let's not worry about the car wheel rotations. For now, this thing moves. So even if I do this, nothing should happen. Perfect. Because it's capped on 3. But if I do this as max speed as 10, perfect. Nice. So it works. So we are going to keep delete this. I'm not going to ready this place yet. I'm just going to just fix these things and then I will ready it. Now what he's doing is he's adding torque. So rb dot add. Can I see what can we add? Take 0. It requires a vector 3 torque and a force mode. Can I see all these three overloads somehow? Is there a button which can help me? Oh my god, something happened. I pressed a button and something came over my second screen. Okay, read this for sure. So torque and y direction. So we are using my y. And we are using transform dot. Okay, so what he right does is if I am okay, wait, transform dot. I will use up for now. I'll say what I think, and then we need a top. Actually, if I hover this now, can I just see add top XYZ? That's a lot. This is force mode. No. Oh my god! Oh my water bottle. Damn. Car spins. Common problem with this line. Car spins too much. Clamp angular velocity. What the hell is that? Okay. If what happens if I use transform that right? Pitch rotation, tilt forward and back. Okay, so basically y is giving up here means so this is up and down. Y. This y axis. So from it, if you rotate, it's going to rotate correct. But if you're going to use it right, it's going to take the z axis. Meaning the rotation is going to be something like how do I say? It's going to tilt that in forward and backward. The car is going to where's my car? It's going to rotate like this if I do Z. But if I do up, it's going to take this and it's going to rotate like this. So that's the reason he's doing that, I guess. But it looks like that. Logically, it looks like that. So now what happens since I gave that sentence? Will it rotate from here? Because I actually gave top. I don't know why it's not. Wait, for him, is it working for him?
Perform any movement, so this will allow us to stop the car without modifying this code. And if we pass the movement vector.x value as greater than vector,
Udemy's 12 days of deals are here. Unwrap unique savings each day to
3, hit our car on x and z value, so we
What? Did I transform that up? I mean, transform that up with that is all the same, right? It's not something bad. But okay. Oh my god, my nose.
we only want to perform the rotation on y-axis, and we want to multiply it by the torque. So we want to set how fast our car is turning, and since car only rotate if they are moving, so the car cannot really turn dot y value as well. So if we are not moving, we cannot really.
Oh my god. Now this is going to be x. Because only if cars move. If this is a y, I should give here y as well. Oh my god, why am I coughing a lot all of a sudden? Okay, actually, what happens? Look, I kind of want to see. I don't think torque will act now. Probably. Although it's moving, so I wonder whether torque will act. Nothing happens. Okay.
turn. So this will prevent this turning in place. Okay, so this is it for our setup. Let's save it. And before we go back to Unity, let's slide up and let's expose this movement vector by adding serialized field so we can set it up through the inspector. Let's save it. Let's go back to Unity. Great. You might see some warnings. Those are warnings that the value for the script or the component is not defined by default, but we are using those values to prefabs and select the car in the prefab from the hierarchy. And if we set 10, and you should see that our car is starting to drive. And if we drive on, setup, default values, the power, let's set it to 10, the torque, let's set it to 0.01, and let's set the max speed to 3. Okay, great. So this is it for our car controller. So again, to keep those videos short, I will create the car AI in the next video.
Okay.
See you then. In the previous video, we have created our car controller script, so that if we select our car in the hierarchy and set the Y value to 1, the car will start driving
Just a second. Oh my god, my nose. Okay.
forward, and if we set something on the X, the car will start turning. Okay, since we do not have the behavior to make our car travel towards a point, let's create here in this video a car AI script that will allow the car to travel toward a specific point instead of just forward and rotating if we set the vector in the car controller script. So let's stop the game, and we are going to go back to our scripts folder, AI. Let's right click, create a new C# script. Let's call it car AI, and let's open this script up in Visual and start my of close this path in the inspector
Vector 3 park is getting
so we have some understanding what it, and we are going to call it arrive distance, comma, let's create a last point arrive distance. The last point arrive distance will be the distance that car should arrive as near as possible to the last point. But when we are performing turns, we want to have a larger margin of error, so we want to have a bigger arrive distance value or threshold for the default points, but for the last point we want to get as close as we can. So let's create another private float, and let's call it turning angle offset. Let's set it to be 5 value default.
Okay.
So this value will be the threshold at which we are going to check what is the rotation of our car in regard to the direction from our car to the point of interest. If our car is facing forward but our point is to the right, we are going to keep rotating the car until the angle is within plus minus 5 degrees. Next, we are going to have a private vector 3, and we are going to call it current target position. And this will be the vector 3 from our path list to which we want to travel now. So we can add serialized field attribute to those parameters so that we can set them through the inspector, and we can expose the current target position in the inspector as well, so that you have some idea to which point we are currently traveling towards. Next, we will need to have a private int index equals 0. We're going to check this, then we will know that we have reached the last point.
Okay.
Last thing that we will need to have is a way to stop our car. What we are going to do is use another snippet for Visual Studio. Let's type prop bool tab, and it will automatically create us a property with a backing field. Let's type bool as the type of this property, and let's tab twice so that we can move to the name, and let's call this stop. Again, tab to move to the name of the property and call it stop with a capital S. Enter. And now, in this fashion, we will be able to access this stop property from other scripts. Great. And last thing that we will want to have is a Unity event. So let's create a prop tab, and as a type of our property, we're going to use Unity event. And since we do not have it, alt enter on it, and you will be able to use this tip using unityengine.events library, and this will create for us a setup field just like you have for a button in Unity. so that we can set or assign a method that will be called if we invoke this event. To expose it in the editor, we are going to use an attribute. Let's open square brackets, and what we want to type is.
I have never used this thing in my life before, but I always wonder how they do it. Now I got it. Do I understand it? The answer is no. Okay, wait. So he's creating a bool. That's good. He's creating a public bool, and this boolean gets the value of this and set it to value. So first it gets the stop value, then it sets it to this. Is that what's happening? I have no clue. I think so. Return stops and stop is equal to value. Okay.
Field colon spacebar.
Okay, so it gets this raw value, then stop is equal to this. What's value? Okay, so then he's creating a Unity event, calling it something, and he's getting and setting okay.
And serialized field. So this will serialize the field that is the backing field for the my property. Instead of the my property, we are going to call it on drive.
Okay.
Imagine creating 3D characters faster than ever with absolute ease. With any
Thank you, but not now.
And I have forgotten to add here a parameter. So for Unity event, we can add a parameter in triangular brackets. So let's add vector2 as the parameter. Close the triangular brackets. Let's save it. Let me show you how it looks like in Unity Inspector. So let's go back to Unity. Okay. Let's select the prefabs folder. Let's select the car. And if you minimize other components, you can see that our car AI script has now on-drive event to which we can assign a method just like we would have in our canvas. If we open canvas panel and place root button, we should see on-click event just the same as we have created. So now if we go back
okay, so this is what we are creating.
to our car prefab, we can add to our on-drive event an event listener by clicking this plus button, and if we drag select our car controller and drag it as the object, we can select the function for our
you got everything. Oh my god, okay, this is great.
car controller, and at the top of it we have the move method, and this will only mean that if we invoke our on-drive event, it will call our car controller.move method that in turn will allow our car controller to move in a specific direction. So this will allow our car to move our car, and we can send this event to any other script that we want. So we are keeping our architecture decoupled, our scripts decoupled from each other.
Okay.
Let's go back to our car AI script. Great.
I don't understand this, but let's do it. So what he's doing is, let's actually put the body somewhere. Okay, so now he's going to create lot of things. I totally forgot what it was, but private bool stop. But he's also creating a private emotive boolean of stop. Here, what he's getting return stop, and he's setting stop equal to value. It's the stop, and that stop I have not. Wait, why did I put a game on my bad? Bro, I'm actually stupid. What? Why am I doing some stupid things? Okay, so this thing will get that. Okay. I forgot to close this. Okay. If I do this, then he's doing this. And I am an idiot. He's doing this in a separate file. Why am I doing it over here? I don't know. So they are going to go to Unity. It's creating a car AI. open it. We're going to remove this all. Paste this. Now he's doing something called as he's creating that. How did he create it? So public unity event and so he's giving a to on drive. Okay. So this is going to be any my property name. So drive we are going to get that vector to we don't need these actually. Set command get it is to set this. Now if we go to Unity it should look good. Okay, we can't see that function, so that is why he did. What if I do serializable? Sorry, not serializable. Oh, it was serializable, yes. Sorry, system dot serializable. Will this work though? It doesn't work for this. This only works for class I see. So he does field serializable. Sorry, serialized field. Okay, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. So now what happens is get those things. Now we can do this. Wow. This is actually crazy if you ask me. Can I do this? I can. I can do card movement. Don't I have a move script? I did have a move script. So is it in public this? So instead of me giving this, now this will itself give. So we are going to work in the move function of it. Card movement. We are going to put that's okay. Now then what here?
What we want to do here is underneath our event, we want to create start method,
Okay.
enter to create it from the snippet. What we want to say is if our path is equal to null, or if our path dot count is equal to 0, we will want to set our stop to be true and use the parameter stop, so with capital S. And else we are going to call our current target position, so this is the current vector 3 position where we want to travel towards, and let's set it to be equal to path with index. And since our index by default is set to
Okay.
0, we are going to set our current target position as the first position on our path. Now we will need a method that will allow us to set a path for our car. So let's create a new method.
Okay, let's relax. Let's take a bit slow. So what he does is before all this, he's getting a list of vector tools and calling it path. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. We don't need those. We need totally forgot this thing using generic system dot generic no system dot collections dot generic. Yeah, I still remember things, which is good then. So now he's going to create a start. If path is null or path dot count is equal to 0. See, I was like, what? Why is that? If that is this, we are saying that stop will be true. Now, how does this work? I have no idea. I have no idea. If this is true, how does it stop? I think he hasn't done it yet. So let's see. Else, we need a current path. So current path will be that. So we have a vector 2. We need current path. And let's do serializable so we can check it. Let's keep it private. If I want, I can do this. Current path is equal to path of index. What is index? Index is, let's also serialize this. Private index is equal to 0. So right now it will take the first path. Index self. This is a float rate. So now, why still? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Int. Okay. So he does this. What does he do after this?
Public void. We are going to call it set path.
We are going to set the
And here we are going to pass a list of vector 3.
yes.
So this will be the vector 3 points. And let's call it path.
Oh, if this is a vector, then this is a vector 3 as well.
Great. And here what we will want to do is if our path dot count is equal 0, we are going to simply call our car to be destroyed. So destroy game object, and we will want to return to prevent our car for just existing in our world without a path to follow. Next, what we want to do is set this dot path. So the path inside, so the list of vector 3s inside our car AI equals this path that was passed in as the argument for this method. Now,
okay, so what he's doing is he's setting a path, and we need to change his functions a lot because I don't want to destroy this later, so we need to change this later. For now, it's okay. So here he's getting a list of vector 3 called paths. So here paths count 0. Okay, what is he destroying? He's destroying this game object, and this is in okay. So we need to change this. We will be using this in pooling. So right now let it destroy, but later we are going to change it. And we are going to return, so it doesn't go below this. And now what he's doing is path. This that path and normal path, whatever it is equal to path. So now where is path?
now what we can do is again set our index to be 0 just for safety, and let's set current target position equals this dot path with index.
So now what he's doing is, for safety reasons, he's doing this, which we need actually, because for his case he's destroying. We don't need these, but for our case we're not destroying, we are disabling. So we will be needing this. So once the index is 0, we need to say that our current path is equal to path of the first path. We need to go to the first one. So current this path's first one. And we don't need to do that because we give this over here. We can do these.
Index 0. And now what we can do
messed up something. Did he give us current target position? Let's do that. I don't want to change this. The current path is actually a bad naming over there. So the current target position is going to be the first
is
position
make sure
of
that
the new
our
path.
car, when spawned, is facing the direction towards the next position. And to do that, we will need to calculate the relative position from our car to this point in the space of our car, so that we can calculate the angle and rotate the car so that it is facing the next position on our path. So what we will need to do is call vector3 relative point equals, and we are going to use transform dot inverse transform point, which will transform position from world space to the local space of our car.
Okay.
And we are going to pass here this dot path with index plus 1, which is the next position on our path. If we have this, we can easily calculate our angle, which is between our car and this point.
Okay, so current position is going to be the first point of that. Relative position is going to take the next part. So with this, we know where the first point is and also where the second point is.
So float, angle, and we are going to use mathf
To find the angle between these 2 points, probably. But what about the first point though?
dot a tan 2, and we are going to pass a relative point dot x and relative point dot z. And since the angle will be in radians, we are going to multiply it by mathf dot rad 2 degree, and this will be the angle in degrees. Now, if you are not sure how to calculate an angle, you can see that this is just a calculation of an angle in a triangle. So we have one direction is the direction that the car is facing, and the other direction is the direction from the car towards the point that is of interest to us. And you can visit the Khan Academy to learn why we are using Arcus tangent to calculate this angle. Great. So now if we know the angle between the car forward direction and the direction towards our point, we simply want to rotate our car to face this direction by default when we spawn our car on our map. And to do this, we simply want to call transform dot rotation, and we want to set it to be equal to quaternion.
Okay. Let's
Dot.
not go too fast. Okay, so current is set. Now what we need to do is we need to get the next one. So what he's doing is we need a vector 3. So relative position is equal to, he's using something I don't know. Yeah, he's always going position. Why is going point? So this relative part is actually confusing me a bit, but okay. So what this is going to be, it's going to be transform dot inverse transform vector points, what some point. Here we need to take path index plus 1. Okay, so before I proceed, I kind of want to do this. It transforms position from world to local. Okay. The function is generally the opposite of transform to transform point, which is used to convert from local to world. So if it's something, then it's going to be world to local or local. Okay. Now the result position is affected by scale. Use transform inverse transform direction if you're dealing with direction vectors rather than positions. If you need to transform many points at once, consider using that. Okay. Okay, he's just getting the local position of this. Okay. Now what we are going to do is what actually it does say. It's getting an angle. Okay, so what it's doing is next is float angle is equal to math def of wow. What is the function in okay, 8 and 2. We are going to give the values of relative position dot x and relative position dot z. We then going to multiply this with I'm going to convert that into degrees. That's it. That's it. So we get the value over here and we are going to do the degree over here. Then what is the
Euler.
rotation?
And quaternion allows us to set the rotation to objects. And we are going to pass Euler angles. And we have only y axis angle. So we will set 0 as the x value, our angle as the y value, and 0 as the z.
Okay. Since we are moving this to like only the left or right, we are using y. So transform dot rotation is equal to quaternion dot Euler. That's using angle right here. No. 0 comma angle comma 0. I think Euler angle is also depreciated. I think so. Let me check it. Oh, it's there. Okay, now.
Z value, so our car will only be rotated on y axis.
Okay.
And next, what we can do is simply call stop equals false. So we want to start our car moving in the direction of the first position on our path. And since we have spawned it there, we now want to have a way to check if we are in close proximity to the point on our path, and if we are, we want to access the next position on our path. So to do all of this, let's create update method.
This
Enter.
is actually perfect. So once reached,
and we are going to call two methods here. First one will be check if arrived. We do not have this method, so alt enter on it and generate this method in our file. And another method will be drive. And here again, we do not have it, so alt enter and generate this method.
okay.
Let's start from check if arrive. So let's slide it down where it is placed. And what we would want to do is if we are not stopped, so if stop property is equal to false, we are going to check the distance between our position and our car. And to do this, we are going to set var distance to check equals arrive distance, so our default distance. Now, if our current index is
Okay, if arrived, we're checking. If it's false, then every single frame it's checking this. So distance to check is we are giving the value as arrival distance.
equal to path.count
If index double equal to path that count, meaning maxed out, it's in the last
-1, meaning that this is the last point, we want to set our distance to check as the last arrive distance, last point arrive distance. I'm going to rename it using Ctrl RR and make the P to be capital P. Okay. And that's how.
Oh my god, my nose. Please. Oh my god, wow. I don't know what it was. Let me just.
Are you preparing for coding interviews?
Oh, no.
Build your data structures and problem-solving skills with
Point is
Okay.
out.
So it's creating two float arrive distance and last point arrive distance. Arrive distance 0.3 and this is 0. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. And turning angle. Let's also do that. Just locking it in 5. And yeah, pretty much.
Tap.
Let's go
What
back.
we want to do is install the or directly this method. Let's start from check if arrive. So let's slide.
So wait. Okay, no, we can do this. Check with arrived or arrived. Too bad. Now we do this. We do this. And if I don't follow. Yes. Stop. If double equal to false. Or if not stop, then we are going to say if index is double equal to path dot count.
Point, we want to set our this point arrive distance. I'm going to
But don't you think this is actually point? Okay, never mind. So basically, what he does is that he just makes sure that every time it ends somewhere, the last arrive point. So that's why he's giving that to 0.3 actually.
rename it using Ctrl RR and make the switch if our vector3 dot distance. So we want to check the distance between the current target position and the transform dot position, so the point of interest and the position of our car. If this is less than our distance to check, which we have
Okay, I see what he does. So basically, what it does after this, if transform distance, sorry, not transform, it's 3 dot. I never actually worked much with physics in Unity, so this is actually kind of new to me as well. But it's good. So if current target position, comma, current and if it's less than this, we are going to stop.
set here. If this is less than distance to check, we want to call a method called set next target index.
What? Whoa. Okay, okay. We are going to next.
We do not have this method, so alt enter on it and generate it.
But I have a doubt. What if this comes to last? It will be okay.
And
so okay. Target index. If I'm not wrong, what he's going to do now here is he is going to check if last index do something.
let's implement it. So we simply index plus plus. So
Plus if index
select the next or equal to path dot count. So
yes greater than or equal to path dot
it is outside of the bounds of our list of positions. Then we will want to call stop equals true. So we want to stop our car. And we will want to destroy this game object, so let's type this.
Whoa, whoa, why is he destroying this much? Yeah, oh my god. So that's this destroy. This happens when does that part happens and when this happens, I don't know, but okay.
Destroy. We want to remove the car from our map if it has reached its destination.
Okay.
Now else, if index is still in bounds, simply we are going to call current target position.
Okay. So else current target position equal to
equals I've set up, and we have still a couple methods to implement. For example, this drive method. So in drive again we are going to set if, or we are going to check if we are stopped actually. If we are stopped, we are going to call on drive. So this is our Unity event, and to if nothing is listening to this event or if we have not assigned a method, this might throw us an exception. So to prevent this, we are going to add question mark to it, and this will check if this event, if anybody is listening. So if we have assigned any method to our event. If we did, we are going to call dot invoke, and this will allow us to only call this.
just a second. I'll be back. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm close, I'm coming. Totally forgot to light my house. Now, okay, light. I turned on the lights. Coming back. I never used this as well. So on drive invoke. Can I hear what he says again?
So this is our
Okay, so on drive is actually this one. So invoke question mark. It checks, right? I'm not sure about what that is, but
event, and to if nothing is listening to this event or if we have not assigned a method, this might throw us an exception. So to prevent this, we are going to add question mark to it, and this will check if this event, if anybody is listening. So if we have assigned any method to our event. If we did, we are going to call dot invoke, and this will allow us to only call this code invoke if there is somebody listening to this event. So if it is, we are going to invoke vector2.0, meaning that we want our car to simply stop. Else, if our stop is false, so we are moving to.
okay, so actually what happens is this one controls the movement. So if I give vector 0, that's the value. Wait, what? These two are going to be 0, meaning none of these will work. Okay. I don't get it, but okay. We're going to have a drive function or on drive. What was the function name? It's just drive. Right. Oh my god. And you're not. We are going to alt enter, generate a method. We are going to remove all this. We are going to put if stop double equal to false or not stop. You can also type that, but I'm going to do this. Then on drive, we are going to call it. We're going to check if it's active or not, and we are going to invoke. We are going to say that vector vector 2 dot 0. So the value is going to be 0. If else, we are going to say what?
Towards the next target point, we are going to call vector 3. And again, we are going to calculate a relative point to our car position equals transform dot inverse transform point.
Okay.
And here we are going to pass our current target position.
Why do I feel like this can be done even shorter? I feel like this is long. We don't have to do this many things in order to do this. Why do I feel like that? Now,
So again, we are
because that's the inverse point. Why are you doing twice the inverse point? Oh, because okay, this I see. Okay, so vector. What is this name though? We say relative point is equal to transform dot inverse transform point of current target position.
going to type float angle, and we can copy the same code that we have.
We are going to okay. We are going to give this side. Going to be relative point.
Had above here for the angle. What is our angle? So we need to call var rotate car.
Vibe coding 101 part 3. Stop typing your prompts. Seriously. Your prompting
Got it.
Equals 0, which is the parameter that we will pass to our on the drive as the x value. So if we want to perform rotation or not, if it is 0, we will not want to perform the rotation. So if our angle is greater than turning angle offset, which we set at the top to be 5 degrees. So if there is difference greater than
Okay, so the angle is greater than 5. We are going to cap it to
5 degrees, so the angle is greater than 5 degrees, we want to rotate our car by simply setting rotate car value to be 1. Else, if our angle is less than minus turning angle offset, meaning that we want to rotate in other direction, as the rotate car value, we are going to pass -1. So this will basically mean that if we pass 1, we are rotating.
Okay, if we pass 1, it's rotating right. If we pass -1, it's rotating left. But what? Oh, okay. So angle calculates like that. So it doesn't go from 0 to 360. It caps somewhere between them. I think so. I think that's how A-Tanto works. Okay, so what he does is, if angle, before I do angle, he kept it var what? I said var. Okay. If angle greater than, just greater than, right? Putting turning angle r rotate is equal to 1. Else if angle less than minus turning angle co-rotate equal to -1.
To the right. If we are passing -1, we are rotating.
Oh my god, it's rotate car, okay? I mean, it doesn't matter, but I kind of want to follow his instructions because he's better than
to
me.
the left. So if we want to rotate or not, we are still going to call on drive question mark to see if anybody is listening to it, dot invoke.
Okay. So on drive, we will be invoke. We are going to invoke what? Now
we are going to pass new vector 2 and pass rotate car value as x value and 1 as y value. So we always want to go forward if we are not stopped, and we want to rotate depending on the calculation of the angle.
So we are going to move, rotate car. I think so, but I'm getting an error. Oh, because you like
angle depending on the position of our point of interest. Okay, this was a lot of code writing.
No, this is not a lot of code. Where are we using this? You never told about this. You just made me write this, but for why? Okay, in update, there's two things happening: check if arrived and drive. So this should happen in start, if I'm not wrong. I think I didn't keep it over here. No, it's a new list. So we. Oh my. Okay.
And this is enough for now. We are going to add to the script when we need to add a collision detection between different cars. For now, let's save the script and let's go back to Unity. Okay, since we had already added the component to our car, it is all set. We can set the arrive distance to be something like 0.2 to make our car more precise, but other than that, we have all that we need to right now create a path, the general path that I was talking about, just going through the center of each cell that contains a road. So we are going to implement this functionality to our script called our AI director, and we are going to run in the next video our car simulation, so the car will travel through the center of.
Okay, so he's creating car, blah blah blah. I don't want those things. So for me, I kind of want this. What I can do right now is, since if everything is perfect, I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to center that, and I'm going to move that over. So it's going to go here, first point. Then we are going to do a second point over here. Then we are going to move it over here as the third point. And finally, we are going to stop over here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the box collider. And that's it. Let's go to my car AI. Oh, this is a problem. Wait, where's the path? Did I give it here? Where should I give my path? Car AI script has path. Car AI script doesn't have path. What? Hey, did I do something wrong? Where's my code? Did I not serialize it? I didn't see it. So now I will have some things, but I need to check. So is it going to work? I have no clue. Okay, I'm not going to do that one actually. I'm actually going to do for this one. Okay, let's actually give it like this. And for this, I'm going to give the path. Why? Because in order to do that, I don't have these as prefabs, which means I can't put these in the prefab. I can't even put this over here for some reason. What? Why can't I can't put stuff like that. I mean, I gave this, right? Why can't I mean, doesn't vector take the position? Oh, it takes like this. Shit. Okay, I actually hate it. I hate this method. So I hate doing it with like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, just for my debugging, this of game object, say 10 paths, and I'll have my path at start. Before all this, I want to say for how should I do for each for each var 10 10 paths. Uh, x is equal to 0. Okay, so half m index is equal to index no, x is equal to no. Okay, yeah. Point dot x is equal to, I was actually right. And m dot transform the position dot x. Why is this an error? Path of temp index 0, path of 0, that x. I don't understand what's happening, but cannot modify the return value of list to vector 3 dot this int because it is not a VDD. That's what that means, but just going to ask what problems here because I have no idea to find out. So list of vector 3 path. Oh, you can't do it like that. Then it's not in this path is null or thing. Okay, so what should I do? Oh, you can't do it like this. I see. So instead of this, we are going to say path dot add of help dot scope dot position. And oh, that's it actually. But everything will get added. We don't need these. Let's see what happens. So for this card, copy of this. Put them over here. I'm going to play it. Now the card has been destroyed, but it's still I need to access. I getting all the 4 paths, which is good. I don't know. I can say I don't want this script to act. Is this the script which get me error? I want to check. So this doesn't give me any error. That this doesn't work. We are starting. Why is this getting stopped? Because this part each takes too long, I guess. In order to check it, Control C. Speckles. Actually, let me just see whether that's the problem. I didn't mean to open that. Hold on, I've been doing for 2 hours. So, no way. I'll actually do for more 2 hours because I want to finish this today so I need to level this in. There's a lot of things. So Speckles goes 4 times, but this doesn't happen. So you're gonna say, okay, now that this one. If path is null, meaning this doesn't happen, it goes here. I should have done that. I should have done that. So now we can see what happens. I didn't even think to put that over here. So if I play this now, okay, after that it happens. What happens? Current position is equal to path of index of where is my current position? Oh, list is empty. Okay. And why is the list empty? Oh, never mind. It's over here. Current target position, which is correct. Index is 0. That is correct as well. In my update function, check if arrived. Why is this getting? Why is stop is equal to false? I am so dumb. Glad I checked it. This is true. Did he put false in video or did I just, am I just dumb? Because that was true. If it's true, then don't do anything. I was an idiot. My bad, my bad. Sorry, sorry. So now he actually needs to move. He moves. Though he doesn't turns. Why? So he moves now, which is good. But he doesn't turns. Meaning this worked. This worked. This worked, I guess. He's checking. We are just checking if I. Why did this work? Oh, drive worked. But checking is arrived did work because this is going to be true. The stop is oh never mind, this is false. The stop is false. We're going to check these two. Next target index. This didn't work. Okay, let's see what he does in the video.
Run in the next video.
No matter what dream you're building, we're here for it. Cloudflare is the only platform you need to support.
In the previous video, we have added to our car prefab a script called car AI that will allow us to pass to our case the points or simply are going to place a house and a special structure, our shop or our special structure, and follow the path given to it using the center of each road prefab. So let's stop the game, and to test our car, we are going to go to our scripts folder and we are going to modify previously implemented code in the AI director. This script is responsible for directing our pedestrians, giving them directions how they should work, and we are going to reuse it to spawn our car and give it Visual Studio. That AI directable to structure we have about this our car. var using trivial one car. I'm going to call alt enter should be generated. House is of type structure mouse to be started. Action and to start needed is out and let's okay, great. So now we have those two positions, and as I have mentioned previously, we can already calculate if there is a path connecting those. And here of our of type car AI, and on it we can call set path, the method that we have implemented.
Okay, so he's setting the path like this, which is okay. Okay, we need to change this thing for our game the way we want, but this is a pain. This is actually a pain because I have no idea how to do this, but
implemented is to invite our path. All paths are equal to
why? Okay, I think I found the problem why it didn't turn. I think I didn't tick it. Turning angle is 5. I mean, it's actually correct. Then why didn't it turn though? Something I have no clue. Okay. No. Does it
Should be
work for them?
AI direct for cars. So let's go to our hierarchy. Let's open the canvas. Let's open, so we do not duplicate this button, control, use the 2D view, press. So we have our button car. To get to the text, it will we see calling AI director, and let's instead choose spawn a car. And now if we press play, we can select road and place a road, select house and place house on one side of the road, and select special and place it on the other end of the road. And if we press spawn car, the car should be spawned, but it
How is it going for you and not for me? Come on, tell me. Is it because I paused the rotation? But I don't know. Why is the rotation we needed? It just goes straight. Why? Wait, let me just check whether these values change. They don't. It just goes forward. Why though? Uh, Wait, let me just copy and paste this. I actually have no clue because this should work actually. Hoping I wrote everything correct. Basically, okay, wait, let me just check. First, checks if it's arrived, which is false. Guess the arrived distance, okay. And it just goes to set next position. If the next is done, that's it, nothing else. So that's all it does. The try function. Yeah, if it's true, then it just zeros, or we are finding the next position. We are giving an angle to it, and depending on it, which side we need to turn, and we are sending that angle to here. But it is what am I, what okay, we are giving this, and in my move function I'm giving two vectors, distant movement. Okay, the x value goes for the air force and the y goes for rotation. Huh? Like what? I actually have to, I have to, it looks good to me. So what I do is I put this, and I also put this. It's just the problems over here. Oh, oh God, I see the problem. Yeah, that is one. Is that it? Probably that was the problem, I guess. So if I play now, because it's not in, it's in left side, so probably the minus didn't work. So it just went straight. It still goes straight, though it doesn't really go straight. I see, I see, I see. So we, how did it not turn? Should I go more down then? Oh my god, the drift. So, so he then goes to the second bush. Okay, now I understand what torque is actually. So let's give 0.1. I don't want too wobbly. First, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to give forces. Okay, it's still too wobbly. Okay, too much torque, too much torque. Oh my god, my nose. Oh god, please help me. Still too much torque. Let's say the turning angle to be 10. No, okay, I'm actually understanding what's happening, but okay, what I'm going to do is, oh my god, zero this as well. I'm going to take this value. Do this actually. Okay, I see the problem. Oh my god. Okay, so problem is I need a wait. Okay, so what I need to do now is let me go to my scene actually. Go to the level design scene. We shall take a block. Let's take these four. So, okay, this is all the entire main road actually, so I can't take this. Let's take this four, I guess. So 1, 2. Nope. I should have named it more good. Yeah. Remove that. Select what? Wait, what? This 1, 2, 3, and the fourth. Okay. Why is that? Oh God! Did I actually did? Oh my God! I did. Actually, you know what? It's fine. I actually don't mind. Okay. I'm going to create. I'm actually going to duplicate this. I'm getting it all. Not now. Perfect. So if I disable this also, it's going to be that nice. Now what I'm going to do is copy this, create an empty parent, and go input one prefab, vehicles, road prefab. Okay, I will put the test road over here. I'm going to delete it over here. Okay. Now we go to NPCA, go to our prefab, we put that over there, we set the 0, 0, and we are good to go. We one, bring it a bit over here. Okay, so my boy is going to be over here. He starts here. His goal is to not come here actually. So he comes here, takes a right, 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 and okay. So that is the first point. It's over. Yeah. So the first point is going to be over here. Second point is going to be right here. I actually need to align perfectly. Maybe somewhere to the third point is going to be here. I don't worry too much over the center actually. So the fourth point is going to be okay, bye. I hope you know where to go. Let's see how it goes. He comes, he stops, and he messes up. Okay, so what happens is he goes good, which is great, but his turning speed is actually trash. So what we need to do now is if I give too much torque, he's going to fly. His max speed is going to be small. What happens now? I'm actually trying to see what fits. He's slow, which is fine. I don't mind him being slow. Now he's here. He changes. Too much talk, too much talk, too much talk. Too much. I hate this, man. I hate this. It would be very easier if I just played with the transform. Let's give 0.1. Okay, comes. He stays, gets his. Oh my god. Oh my god. How does it looks good on him though? How did it came great?
It is traveling in a strange fashion. And this is because of my mistake. Stop the game. Let's go back to our scripts and let's reopen our AI director. Great. Let's slide down to our Troy spawning a car. And the issue is because our get path between returns our path in reverse. So what we will want to do is call our path dot reverse. And this method will reverse the order of points. So we are going to start from the start point, not from the end point. This is the mistake that I have done in the previous tutorial. So we need to reverse.
Okay, so I have another thing which I want to try. Instead of you being that, why don't you be like that? Bit away, so he comes a bit away and captures it. capture this. So it's not going to work, but still, I don't know how to make this guy work. I thought this is like that's it. It will work, but seems like it's not. Why is he doing that? What? Sir, turn this that. Ain't no way. He's going somewhere over there, which I don't know why. Whatever. Okay. So what happens to it?
Here's the order of points on our path. So let's now save it. Let's go back to Unity. Okay. So let's select our car force or something like this.
Okay, so power is 10.0.01. Okay, let's see whether that works. So the power is 10.0.01 and this is going to be 0.3. That's way too slow, man.
Let's save it.
But oh my god, 3 was already slow.
Now I'm going to press play, and we should see if we place a bit shorter road, because our car will go slower, place house on one end of the road, place special on another one. Let's spawn a car. You can press escape to exit the placing menu, the placing state, and now we can see that our car is traveling through a road, be it much slower, but it is sticking to the road. So this is great. We have our car working. Now the last thing that we will need to implement for it to be truly working is to make our car stick to one lane. And this is what I was talking about in the theory section. We're going to implement some car markers to our road prefabs and create a graph here and run an A-star pathfinding algorithm to find a concrete path on our.
Okay, so seems like this is it. We just don't know how things work, but okay. If this guy goes here, I'll be happy, but he's not going here for some reason. Also, why does I take something from that and put it over here? It gives me. Oh, he's slow as hell. You know what? Just do this. You do this and be happy. This place may rock. He comes, goes, touches it. Now he needs to turn, which he does. Perfect. It turns too much as though he fixes his turn. Holy! What is he doing? Why is he doing 360? Is it because of these static meshes? This is the reason you're stuck there? You are stuck? You aren't, but you aren't working. Dude, it worked for him. Why not for you? Or is it because these guys are below them? Where did it stop? Oh, it's because of that, I guess. Why is he going that side? What? It works good, and suddenly it doesn't work. Unity hub. Let's see it for one last time. If not, then I will continue the video and see how the graph system works, and implement that and then because the speed is already way too slow. I already hated that it's being way too slow. You know what? Why are you getting stopped? I never told you to stop. One is the least I'm going to give you. What is over there? What? Where is -7? The hell, there is no -7. Huh? Did I think something is wrong over here. Why did it take -7? That doesn't make any sense. These are the 4 values I gave you. Where did -7 come from? Well, the first point is -1. What? It's okay. It's making a U-turn for some reason. Why are you turning that side? You came to the position, man. What? Okay, something is wrong. I feel like these value are missing a little. They're not wrong. Try 0.8. But we shouldn't do that much of a big number. It will be a problem. Though it's avoiding the thing entirely, which is very annoying. So if this ignores, then okay, this doesn't ignore. That shouldn't ignore as well, but it did ignore it. Ignores a lot. Now I gave 1. Does it still take it? It didn't go to the second part now. Okay, you know what? This is actually not working the way we wanted, but sure, whatever. Let's see what he does next, because maybe that will help us. The graph might help us.
Our road. Now,
Thinking about a new career, but unsure where to start? Skip the guesswork with Career Accelerators by Udemy.
in the previous video of this tutorial, we have created simple logic for our car, so when we place a road on our map, place a house, place a special structure, and spawn a car will be spawned sticking to a single lane. So now we would like to tutorial. I was talking about adding some car markers to our road prefabs. So we can go to our assets in the project section to prefabs, find the road folder, and select one of those. Maybe let's start with our street dead end. So let's double tap on it, and it should open up a separate environment where we can edit our prefab. Now, if you have not enabled it, enable the gizmos in your scene view, and you will be able to see those colorful diamonds, diamond shapes, and those are markers that our pedestrian system uses to direct our.
Okay, this is actually not okay. Okay, this okay. I'm gonna sit here for a while. I'm actually gonna sit here for a while. Ah, okay. I understand what the meaning of marker is, but again, I don't understand how it will help the turning.
Pedestrians to walk. Now this is an example of a road that we could have, and at the bottom of it we can see that here is our first prefab, which is a dead end road. In fact, is instead as the navigation point, instead we are going to add points of interest that I will call car markers in the center of each lane. So starting from the dead end, I'm going to place two markers, one on the right hand side of the road, so on the right lane, and one on the, let me choose another color, and one on the left lane. And if we consider this setup, for our dead end street, matter is pretty simple because the red point is always outgoing, so cars that want to go from this dead end, they have this as a starting point. This point, green outgoing car would be and a straight road. So for the basic rotation, the one marker will go to the right and one marker will go to the left.
Oh my god!
The same marker,
are you kidding me?
And that will up this one. We are so on the corner. We are going to have a bit of a different situation because now we will need to have a couple of those markers to make our car more smoothly move. So the idea is, inside this prefab, we are going to pre-connect those points together, and we are going to only leave the last one, so the one from this, which one of those for the second one, again, it to yourself, and lane and the red marker on. We are going to now each of those two. But also,
okay, actually,
we are going.
Okay, I actually am happy. I don't have to. Okay, wait, doing that is way too quick and easy. But I'm an idiot. I unpacked everything completely. I thought, oh my god, I never thought that this thing will never come. Okay, so it's fine, actually fine. But if I didn't have it, if I had it as a prefab, I could have made a better AI. Like if there's a horn, we can move it and then it can come back. But if it not, it can move it and it still can come back, but in a weird way. This is a pain, but it's fine, I guess. So then, okay, actually, it's correct. I should not use this. Then I need to get the road data, which I don't have. I didn't take any road data over here. So I should manually place my pointers in a way it will work. Okay, I mean, sure, it will work, I guess. We'll see. But for now, yeah, it will work. This is good enough, actually. The I don't think that will save things. If you ask me, what I'm going to do is do that over there, that over there, over there, and do that over there. This should help, I guess. Okay, I have no idea whether this will work or not, but we'll see. Now what I need to do is I need to go here. I'm going to give you a speed as what is your speed? The heck, where is your speed? It's one. Good. No, I don't want to like this. Lock this. that. And you do things like I think giving 5 was the problem, probably. See, this is what the problem with destroy, man. I hate destroys. Scanning a bit fast, please. I hate you. And that is actually what. If this works, I can set up the things. How is it missing even the first one? How are you missing the first one? Oh my god, it's missing it a lot. What? Why is it missing it? I have another idea. I want to see whether I want to check this as. Wait, what? How is that missing that point? This is actually the thing. This is what not working. It's I can understand why it happens, but dude, it should not happen. What happens is it skips the 0.2 because it's going too fast. If torque is too high, it spins. If torque is too low, it turns way too low. What if the power is low? It goes low. Oh my god, my nose! Torque is making it skip. Okay, fine. Let's see what in the video it does.
That's why we will need to run an A-star algorithm to find a path from the start point to the end point. If this is a more complex graph when those two graphs are connected in some way, we will run the A-star algorithm to find the path with the lowest number of points on its path. And the car will choose this path to travel towards the destination. Now, if you are more familiar with graph structures, you might be wondering what type of graph are we going to use. So we are going to use an undirected graph.
Okay.
Simply because I have already implemented this graph. Just a link in.
Can't trust your AI results? Let Borium sift through 100.
In the previous video, I have talked a bit about the theory sections before we start modifying our road helper so that it can use those car markers to allow us to create. In the previous video, we have added car markers to our prefabs for our roads, for our straight road, dead end, and curve. Now, let's go to our street freeway. Actually, we can copy those markers from the of nodes as the indicator which path is the shortest, which might cause our car to drive on an incorrect lane just because it has found a lower number of nodes using this path. So to prevent our car from choosing a wrong lane to travel, we are going to select one of the green nodes in the center, Ctrl D, and drag it above. Let's set its Z value to be 0. So we are going to add another.
Okay, this is not making sense. Okay, I actually thought of something and now I totally forgot. Okay, so what happens in my script? Instead of that, so torque applies as movement applies. Probably this is where things are. What if I remove this? Actually, what see what happens. If it gives me messy output, it's fine, but I kind of want to see what happens because that's probably the pain happening. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, torque is too slow now. So add torque. We are giving a torque, but the value is too way too low. What if I give the torque as 1 this time? Because now it shouldn't skip. Probably, I don't know. It might still skip. Dude, how did big games do this? Okay. Okay. It should slow down though, but it didn't slow down, which is whatever. Okay, actually, we are going to fake it. I think. I understand how it works now, but it's too bad. The turning is too artificial. Artificial as well. How when I have a high number it works better, when I have a low number it's not. What happens now? It quickly turns, which is not actually what we want. Okay, splitting value is actually way too high. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm way too hungry as well. What should I eat? Okay, why is my internet not working? What? Eh? What's happening? I'm thinking of fixing this one way, but hey, damn, it's not letting me to finish. If I control the speed, then I can actually finish off myself. I don't actually need to see any videos. I just want to finish this movement since I never done it. And now it's actually done. We need to do first. The first thing is we need to make it spawn randomly and make it. So first we need to set up all the waypoints. Then we need to implement A star algorithm. Then we need to make it spawn in random places and see whether it goes perfectly. Then we need to remove the destroy option and keep a pooling system and randomize it once it's done. Then we need to implement 10 or 20 cars and see whether they all move perfectly. And that's when we can tell that this will take me 3 days at least if I work. Actually, have to. I am planning of finishing this in 3 days. If it does, things will be actually nice. Now I can actually control this by using a damp force, but wait, there is a linear damping over here. Wait. Wait a second. Oh, angular damping is 0.05. Wait. No, not linear damping. Not linear damping. This is zero. This is zero. What if I give this zero? What happens actually? I just want to be here. I'm curious. Does this somehow works? Okay. Now, why is it getting and selecting a plane every single time? My God. What if I do one? What if I do? How does this work? I have no clue. But what if it works? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Oh my God, my nose. It actually does nothing. Why is this? Why is ChatGPT not working? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna die soon. See what this day gives. The drag, there's no drag. Is it damping and drag same? Okay, now the torque is actually way too low. Let's give the torque to 0.5. What the heck? Is it even moving? Actually, I don't need a linear damping. I only need angular damping. Okay, we're getting somewhere. If we give one, it's going to turn quickly, but if there's no skid, it's fine too. Okay, actually, there's no skid. I mean, there is skid, but it's way too low, which is perfect. What I need is this way. Why did 0.5 didn't? Wait, what? 0.5 must have worked. Am I controlling the damp too much? Because that isn't much of a size. That's only like straight right turns. Okay, damping should be done. I am not going. This is always going to be done. So, let's see what 2 does. Okay. Okay. Something's happening. But if I do this, is it going to like parallel increase? Probably. It does increase parallel. But it didn't reach the second one itself, which is what? Why? Why didn't it reach the second one? Okay, actually, I personally feel like the problem is over here. This is not the center point. This is where I want the center to be. I was saying I want the center to be here because it takes the center of that thing and comparing it. Maybe that is why it's not working. So now he tilts from here, which is also a pain. So I need to look from here. This turning will be another problem. Going too much, but it did work the second time, which is happy. So now the center, it comes here and the center comes here, which means it looks like that. So I can do something like this. The center will come here rather than that. So now it looks something like this. Then it has to do a big turn, which I can put something like that. Meaning we can push this here a little bit on the right. So now it has a high chance of interacting. So now we go here, log this guy, remove all these, get all these values, put them in the temporary path, then we'll see. What? Why did it jump that? Oh my god. If it didn't give a jerk, then it would have worked. Why does it have this? So it comes here, it skips, and it comes here. I need to give a angle drop. That's your linear drag fixes it. Okay, something. But having linear damping reduces the speed of things. So I need to increase my max speed to or have this thing. Let's make this 20 actually. Now it skips and goes. Oh my god. It's really paining. It comes here, damping works, but the card turns like weird. It's way too weird. It actually feels animated, which I hate. Okay, I have an idea. Will it work? I have no clue, but I kind of want to try it. Okay, so copy this component. Component values. Paste component values. Finally, copy component. Paste component. Let's see how this works. I shouldn't do this. What I need to do is put this outside, the wall inside this. Again, that's a pain. It will fall down. Oh, it will fall down. How do I fix that and wait for now? Sir, you need a turn, sir. So why doesn't it bring this stuff with it? What? Why doesn't it bring it with them? Is it because it has its own collider and own stuff? This is a pain. I do that. So now it's not gravity. So now it should move actually. Does add force works without gravity? I don't know. It doesn't. It didn't even reach the first point, right? It did reach. Hello. So long, man. Eh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Not a problem, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This is. Why didn't it turn? Last turning angle of 5, please. And last point, blah, 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 blah. It didn't work. It did go here. Why didn't it go here? Something is wrong, but I just don't know. I don't know. Something is happening, which I have no clue. Can I like go a bit fast? 20. See, it's why is it going that side? Why is it going there? What position is this? Wait. It should go to -7. This is -7.91, but it's not going there. It's going -8. But even though it's going -8, it did work. So, and now he turns way too slow. Why does it turns in pointer? You know what? So I feel like that should work. I got the right idea, but I have to see how it works. Okay, then I can see the things, but I think I'm going to do that. Like I actually can't breathe much. I'm gonna go and take some rest. See you guys. Bye bye.